As part of this module, we're going to take a look at what are the functional roles of human resources. When you're first asked that question, what are the functional roles of human resources, it might sound like a little bit of a silly question to ask. And when we think about some of the other functions and some of the other major departments in any organization, one is accounting. And accounting serves as the purpose of helping an organization manage its financial resources. They make sure the company has enough money, they make sure that the bills are paid on time. Another major department in many organizations is the purchasing department. And the purchasing department is responsible for managing material and supply resources. So they make sure enough of materials and supplies are ordered, there's not too much or an abundance of materials and supplies, and that it's the right items. Well, in a very similar way, human resources is responsible for managing the people resources of the organization. Sometimes the term human capital is used to give the idea that people are an asset of the organization, similar to the financial and the material resources as well. So, to help the organization manage this human capital, there's a couple things that involves human resources that we need to consider. One major function is the staffing and employment function. And I think this is probably the function that people think of most often when you think of human resources. So, this is the hiring process, recruiting and attracting employees, determining who is the best person to hire for the job, and ensuring there is that adequate supply of people coming into the organization. And, another very important function of human resources is training and development. So this can include orientation programs. This can include programs to develop the skills of current employees, leadership development programs, career development programs. But, once you acquire talent, you have to continue to develop and grow the talent as well. Performance management is a very important tool in human resources for a couple reasons. One of the reasons this function is important is it is another way of helping to grow and develop talent. From a legal and regulatory standpoint, it's also important because performance management is a way that the organization can ensure that it's doing due diligence and documenting performance issues and problems, and those things can help it avoid legal issues down the road. Performance management is also an important strategy to ensure that employees understand the goals and objectives of the organization. Compensation and benefits is another important function of the Human Resources Department. The Human Resources Department has to determine wage and salary scales, determine what is an appropriate pay rate for each job in the organization, and it also must design various benefit programs to help meet the needs of employees and their families for things like medical care, dental care, vision care, and also retirement. Safety is another function of human resources. Safety includes the workplace safety programs, includes the programs to ensure the health of employees, and also programs to promote the wellness of employees. Employee relations is also a very important function of human resources, and employee relations is varied, and it includes labor relations, dealing with attempts of unionization, if there is a union, helping to manage that contract and that process, addressing employee grievances and complaints, employee recognition programs, programs to improve communication and culture, and also programs and processes to deal with employee exits from the organization, such as an employee termination and the discipline process. Through all of the functions that we've talked about, legal compliance is always an important issue as well. Each of these functions have unique legal issues, from equal opportunity employment to ensuring compliance with OSHA, ensuring compliance with labor relations laws, ensuring compliance with laws related to employee benefits and employee compensation. The legal role is a very important and significant role of the human resources manager. As you can see, a human resource manager wears many hats and has a lot of different responsibilities. I hope this module has helped you to better understand the functional roles of a human resource manager.